Welcome back, everyone, to Eco Wealth Lab.
Good to be here.
It really feels like just yesterday, everyone's crypto radar was pretty much glued to Bitcoin, right?
It dominated the conversation for so long.
And now it feels like the whole narrative's just done a complete 180. Suddenly it's all split between like these totally unpredictable meme coins doing their thing.
Maybe viral, yeah.
And then these AI-powered crypto projects that seem to be appearing out of nowhere. Have you noticed this? Or you may be sitting there thinking, hold on, what does any of this actually mean?
It's certainly a testament to how fast the crypto space evolves, isn't it? Just when you get comfortable.
Exactly. Keeps you on your toes. So look, if you've ever felt like the crypto world throws new buzzwords at you faster than, I don't know, faster than trying to explain NFTs at a family dinner,
Uh-huh. A familiar feeling for many, I'm sure.
then you are definitely in the right place. And hey, if you've got a mate who's also just staring blankly at CoinMarketCap, wondering what's what,
Send them our way.
yeah, share this. Think of it as like your cheat sheet, staying informed without the headache. Today, we're going to zero in on one of those big shifts, this growing role of AI within crypto. It's half of that Memecoin AI story we mentioned.
Yeah.
And our mission today really is to unpack why this is gaining so much steam, try and figure out what might be genuinely innovative versus what's just, well, hype.
Riding the wave.
Riding the wave, exactly. And ultimately, what it might mean for you navigating this landscape, maybe as an investor. The sources we dug into for this look at, this potential shift in focus. The, let's face it, baffling appeal and risks of meme coins, but also these really interesting and definitely more prominent uses of AI within blockchain tech.
And that's a really key distinction to make right up front. While meme coins often get their value purely from community buzz and sort of viral energy.
Yes, sentiment-driven.
Exactly. The AI integration in crypto suggests something different. It's more about using serious computing power to maybe improve the actual tech, the capabilities of blockchain itself.
Okay. So let's really break that down then. This AI in crypto idea. When we say that, what does it actually look like? What are the practical things happening, beyond just the headlines?
Well, in broad strokes, AI in crypto just means using artificial intelligence techniques, machine learning, that kind of thing, within the world of blockchain and digital assets. It can show up in a few ways.
Like what?
So, for instance, you could have AI algorithms trained to just crunch through the huge amounts of data that blockchains generate.
Right, transaction data and stuff.
Exactly. And they might spot patterns for market analysis, maybe try to predict price moves, or even flag suspicious transactions like potential fraud.
Okay, that makes sense.
Then you've got this idea of decentralized AI models. Think of it like a global brain almost, where anyone could chip in computing power, kind of like a distributed supercomputer just for AI tasks.
Huh, interesting.
And that could power all sorts of things within a blockchain system. Or consider AI for smart contract auditing. Smart contracts are those automated bits of code on the blockchain.
Yeah, if this, then that rules.
Right. Well, AI could potentially scan that code automatically, looking for errors or security holes, making that whole auditing process faster and maybe more thorough than just having humans look at it.
Ah, okay. I can see the value there.
And then there's potential for optimizing trading bots on decentralized exchanges, or maybe even tailoring user experiences on crypto platforms using AI. Lots of possibilities.
Right. So this is where it gets really interesting, especially if you're trying to figure out where things are headed. Why now? Why this like sudden explosion of interest in mixing AI with crypto? Did Bitcoin kind of plateauing maybe push investors to look for the next big thing? Or is it more a genuine belief that these two technologies together are, powerful?
It's probably a bit of everything, honestly. Bitcoin's price becoming relatively more stable after those huge swings. That might well push some investors to look at newer areas, things with potentially bigger growth stories, right?
Okay. Seeking alpha, as they say.
Exactly. And you definitely can't ignore the meme coin effect. The sheer viral nature and the crazy potential gains there suck up a lot of attention and capital.
For sure.
But focusing just on the AI side, there does seem to be this growing feeling that, yes, there's real technological promise here. AI itself has leaped forward recently.
Oh, yeah, massively.
And the idea of applying it to solve problems or create new stuff within blockchain, it's pretty compelling. Plus, the general buzz around AI is huge right now across all sectors. Crypto isn't immune to that broader market sentiment.
Yeah, that makes sense. Everything's AI powered suddenly.
Hmm.
So, okay, we see all this excitement, all these AI crypto projects launching. How do we, as listeners trying to stay smart about this, maybe even considering putting some money in, how do we tell what's actually innovative from what's just slapping an AI label on something?
Ah, the million-dollar question.
Right. How do we sort the game changers from the hype chasers?
That is absolutely critical, and it takes a
Hmm.
really discerning eye because, look, on one hand, you do have projects genuinely exploring cool new uses for AI.
Mm.
Things like making networks more secure by spotting weird activity early, or building more efficient DAOs, those decentralized organizations,
Right.
or even creating marketplaces for AI models themselves, but on the blockchain.
Yeah.
These things could actually add real value.
Okay. Tangible benefits.
But then, yeah, inevitably, you're going to see projects that just kind of sprinkle AI into their marketing talk. Maybe it's in the white paper, but there's
Mm.
no real tech there or no clear reason why AI is needed.
So AI washing, basically.
Exactly. AI washing is a good term for it.
Yeah.
So as a listener, you need to ask, what actual problem is this AI solving? Is AI really the best tool for this job? Is there a real tech advantage here, or are they just riding the buzzword wave?
Okay, good questions to ask. Let's go a bit deeper on those potential upsides then. You mentioned AI helping with smart contract auditing. How does that actually work? And what are some other concrete examples we should maybe know about?
Sure. So with the auditing, imagine training AI models on thousands and thousands of existing smart contracts, both good ones and ones with known flaws.
Okay.
The AI learns to recognize patterns associated with vulnerabilities, so it can then scan new code much, much faster than a human auditor could, and potentially flag issues across a huge code base.
Right, makes them potentially safer.
Potentially, yes, more secure, more reliable contracts are obviously crucial if things like DeFi are going to keep growing and earn trust.
Makes sense. What else?
Well, that decentralized AI model idea, imagine a platform built on a blockchain where people anywhere could lend their computer's processing power to help train big AI models.
Uh-huh.
And they get paid for it transparently using crypto.
Yeah.
That could sort of democratize AI development, take it away from just the big tech companies, creates new ways to earn too.
Yeah, that's quite a different model.
And then there's data analysis. Blockchains are just packed with data, right? All those transactions. AI tools could potentially sift through that, pull out really valuable insights about market trends, user behavior, stuff that's maybe hard to see otherwise,
Yeah.
providing much richer analytics.
Okay, that all sounds pretty promising. And there's always a but in crypto, isn't there?
Yeah, usually.
With any fast-moving tech, especially in this volatile market, there have got to be risks. What are the big downsides or challenges we need to keep in mind with these AI crypto projects, especially if someone's thinking about investing?
Oh, absolutely. Crucial point. Look, the volatility you already see in crypto, it can get seriously amplified when you mix in brand new complex tech like AI integration.
Right, even riskier.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
Many of these projects are really, really early stage. Their business models might not be proven. They could hit major tech roadblocks.
Mm-hmm.
It's very uncertain.
Okay.
And there's that real risk of AI washing we talked about. Projects might just, exaggerate what their AI can actually do to lure investors.
Yeah, the marketing sounds great, but under the hood.
Exactly. So for investors, doing your homework, proper due diligence is absolutely vital. And it has to go way beyond the slick website or the white paper promises.
What should they look for then?
You need to try and understand the actual tech. Does the team really have expertise in both AI and blockchain? That's a rare combo. Is the idea actually viable in the real world? And ask tough questions. What about regulations? Could this get shut down? Is the tech truly new, or just old ideas with an AI sticker?
Lots to dig into.
Definitely.
So if someone listening is thinking, okay, this AI crypto stuff sounds interesting, maybe worth exploring, what kind of checklist should they use? How should they judge these projects differently than, say, looking at Bitcoin or Ethereum?
That's a really good distinction to make. Evaluating these newer AI projects is different. You need a slightly different lens.
How so?
Well, beyond the usual checks like the team, the basic tech idea, you really want to focus on projects where AI is absolutely central to what they're doing. Is the AI integration fundamental, or does it feel tacked on?
Right. Is it core or just a feature?
Precisely. And then you have to be really critical about feasibility and adoption. How likely is this to actually work at scale? What stops someone else copying it tomorrow? Are there big hurdles?
Practical stuff.
Very practical. And maybe most importantly, look closely at the tokenomics. How does the project's own crypto token actually fit in with the AI part? Does owning the token give you access or governance or something tangible related to the AI? Or is it just there?
Good point.
And always, always remember, this is the highly speculative end of the market. Your risk management has to reflect that.
Yeah.
Seriously, don't invest money you can't afford to just lose completely. Diversification is your friend here.
Sound advice. Okay, so let's try and pull the main threads together from this deep dive on AI in crypto. It's clearly a really fascinating area, potential for some genuinely cool innovations in blockchain, right? Better security, maybe new kinds of decentralized apps.
Definitely potential there.
But it's also a landscape where the hype can definitely get ahead of the reality, and it's just super important for anyone interested, especially investors, to like really dig deep, understand the tech, properly weigh the risks, and learn to spot the difference between projects with real substance and those just, jumping on the AI bandwagon.
Precisely. I think the main takeaway is just approach this whole area with a good dose of critical thinking and commit to doing your own research properly. Don't just fall for a good story. Look at the fundamentals, the actual utility being offered.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we'd genuinely love to hear from you, our listeners. Are you seeing any AI projects in crypto that look particularly interesting or maybe concerning? What are your first thoughts on this whole AI meets blockchain trend? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, share them with the community.
Yeah, we're keen to hear different perspectives.
And hey, if this chat helped you make a bit more sense of it all, please do subscribe to EcoWealth Lab. We'll keep digging into these trends.
And maybe one last thought to leave folks with. As AI keeps accelerating, getting smarter and faster, what ways might it change decentralized finance and blockchain that we can't even imagine right now? What questions should we maybe start asking now to get ready for whatever that future looks like?
That is some serious food for thought. Great place to end. Thanks for exploring this AI and crypto intersection with us today. Until the next deep dive, everyone, stay curious and keep exploring the ever-evolving world of eco-wealth.